Welcome, welcome, welcome. Another Sessions with Stef. I'm so excited again, like every other week. We are here. We just finished recording our sister podcast, Let's Talk It Out with Lisa and Francesca. And of course, I had a good laugh because it's always funny. We had a comedian on. You got to check out that podcast. I'm doing this podcast called Sessions with Stef. I love doing it. It's such a blast. It incorporates chatting, talking with buddies, friends about the music business, about everything that has to do with music, playing, gigging, whatever it may be. And I really, really enjoy doing it. It's a blast. It's something I've discovered, and I fucking love it, man. It's a good time for me. Part of this is, well, actually, you know what? Today we have an awesome guest. So I'm going to introduce him before I go into our sponsors. But I've got a friend of mine here, known for 15 years. His name is Paul Shrofel. He's phenomenal pianist. Of course, arranger, producer. He does all of that stuff. He does it all. He's great. We're going to talk about stuff he's done. We're going to hear him play, and you're going to know why I called him up to come and do this. It's going to be fun. Thing is, like, we've known each other for 15 years, but we never really, like, we've talked about stuff, but now I'm excited because now
we get a chance to talk.
We're going to get a chance to talk, and it's going to be fantastic. Before we get there, sponsors, we love them. Keep them coming. Our first sponsor, and one of our first ones since we started, was Fearless Sounds. Her name is Francesca. She's a publicist for musicians, for artists. She takes care of marketing. She takes care of anything that has to do with music, publicity. She's a publicist, and she does the marketing. She's a manager as well for any artist. You can get her at 514-409-6061. She's phenomenal. Give her a shout. Fearless Sounds. It's fantastic. A new sponsor now is Exclusive Auto Repair, based in Toronto. They're fantastic. I had a Zoom with them. I saw their shop. It's phenomenal. They specialize in European import cars. It's fantastic work that they do. His name is Vito, nicest guy ever. You can give him a call at 416-748-5666. Once again, it's Exclusive Auto Repair. They are located on 90 Turbine Drive in Toronto. So anyone in Ontario or even Quebec, if you want some good work done, go see Vito. They're fantastic. And also this location and the food that we have here all the time is supplied by Traiteur Bon Appetit. They are phenomenal. The food is delicious. If you need catering, they have a hall. They're fantastic. They're located in Montreal on Sauvé Street. Their phone number is 514-389-4345. Traiteur Bon Appetit, a little taste of Italy. Before we start the interview, one little thing I want to do. What we want to do is I have a little giveaway. My last guest, his name was Marco Cagliari. He was fantastic. We got some T-shirts. I want to give them out. I want to do a little contest. And, ouch. There you go. Look at this. It's a fucking excursion trying to get T-shirts. But guys, look at this. He made jokes. So if anyone knows Metallica,
wow,
he copied it and he put nonna. Instead of kill them all, he wrote feed them all. Typical Italian. They're really nice T-shirts. There's one here, and this is another one. He did the same thing, and it's Mama again. It's from the Master of Puppets, but he named it Master of Polpette, and it's freaking funny. We'd like to do a giveaway of this to any listener, any subscriber, anyone who leaves a comment on our either Apple Podcast. Go on Apple Podcast, leave a review. That's what we want. We want you to sign up on Apple Podcasts, leave a review, or Spotify as well, or leave a nice comment on YouTube. And, we're going to pick the best, or we might have a draw for it, or we'll pick the best, and I will bring it to you or something. Depends. If you're from Toronto, maybe we'll meet up somewhere. But I will bring you the T-shirts. Guys, they're fun. They're super nice. And, it helps us as well. If you give us a nice little shout out, if you leave a nice comment on Apple Podcast or YouTube, it's great. We appreciate it and we love it. And now we are going to get to the interview. Paul, thank you for doing this.
Pleasure.
It's I've been waiting to do this quite a while, and I'm excited that you're here with us today, and we're going to have fun. We're going to talk about stuff you've done.
Awesome.
I've heard you play before, and you're phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, we all know that. Everybody knows that. It's and I always get to say, whenever I play in different bands, and hey, Paul Shrofel. I know Paul Shrofel. I know Paul Shrofel. And I know his wife, and
That's right.
and all of that, and our kids go to the same school as well.
That's right.
Right.
Yep, they do.
They're every in a while my kids come home. I saw Matthew today. So it's
Same here.
pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I mean, you've done so much. So there's a lot of topics to cover. The first one, and I remember this because I've always mentioned, is Nikki Yanofsky. You co-produced her album.
That was a pandemic thing. We did an album totally in the heart of the pandemic. So
she did one. Okay,
yes,
this is her second album.
This is more than second, but I don't know the number of which one it is. But she called me up right in the middle of lockdowns and everything. Right, so it was like, okay, this sounds great. She wanted to do bunch of
kept you busy
tunes, and we did a lot of remote recording and all that stuff.
Sweet.
So, yeah, it's not released yet, this album.
Okay.
But I think it'll be the fall, but I don't want to be. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is. She just had a baby.
Did she?
Nikki did.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if anyone know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you know, but she is the singer who had the song in the Vancouver Olympics, right?
Yes.
So did you work on that as well?
No, I was working. No, not on that song.
Okay, not on that song, but with her.
And we toured. We toured with her with that singing that song to all the Canadian cities. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
And you take care of the band, if I'm not mistaken, or like?
Yeah, I was in the band there. I mean, this is like 2010, right?
Yeah.
So Nikki was a lot younger, but yeah, we were going around with the band to like arenas in Canada and playing that song and everything. So
it was a big song.
Cool. Yeah.
So her new album, this was all during COVID.
This was all during COVID. She, was like going stir crazy like all of us, and she had a project, and we went for it. And so I did some arranging for her, and the cool thing was there was she some of her connections down in LA, like Greg Fillinganes and guys like that. Just crazy.
So I saw that. I was reading. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Arturo Sandoval
and Nathan East.
Nathan East?
Yeah, I know.
I saw him when I was, I think I was 15. I saw him with Phil Collins.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I mean, he's a monster bass player. Nathan East is
he's a titan. Yeah.
How do you?
I don't know.
I would shit my pants just writing a message to him like, "Hey, dude, how about playing this tune?" Or what? Like,
it's
so they
surreal.
recorded parts.
They recorded parts. I mean, I demoed some stuff and then got the tracks back from these guys, and I mean that was a hugely cool experience. But again, one of those things, like in lockdown, everybody was in the same boat, so these guys were like very accessible and very right there, just into it, and it was super fun. And I mean, Nikki does a lot of stuff in LA that I'm not totally privy to, so she knows all these guys, and
like Arturo Sandoval, guys, is a Trump. They made a movie on. Yes, they made a movie. It's Andy Garcia.
Oh yeah, okay,
right.
Okay,
that's based on him. Arturo Sandoval.
Okay,
yeah, it's the Arturo Sandoval story. He's a Cuban trumpet player.
I mean, what he did was so good. I
probably on the song he must have done. He must have hit a note that skyrocketed. Butter. Yeah. I saw him live at the Ottawa Jazz Festival.
Okay. Yeah, he's awesome.
Years ago, and he's
awesome. I saw him when I was young in high school. I saw him, and I remember yelling him at the stage, "Play a B flat blues," and he says, "B flat blues, like what? This is for kids or what?" But he killed it. And killed it. So I've been admiring him from afar for like a long time. So this was like special.
You play with songs that these guys recorded on.
Well, at this point I can say that, I guess,
awesome.
So yeah, especially that one I play on that track. So that was Estate, that tune. Yeah.
Estate. Okay, nice. And how was the experience? Was it
amazing, fun? It was, difficult because there's a lot of. I kind of became a de facto producer because of all the tracks going around and collecting all the tracks, and So, but we did end up in the studio at Planet Studios.
Oh, cool!
Yeah,
Danny
with Dan doing like string parts and things like that. So that was really fun.
Wow,
kept me busy. Kept Nikki busy. Yeah,
She
did great. She did an amazing job.
When is the album coming out?
I think the fall, but I'm not sure. Again, she's recently had a
baby.
So
is that an excuse?
No excuse. No excuse.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Good. I'm really excited to hear that.
Well, I'm excited to see it happen for sure. So.
And then the other musicians, like, were in Montrealers kind of thing?
Yeah, mostly. We work with Rich Irwin.
Okay.
Various different bass players, friends of mine, and Nikki's and stuff, and Nathan East was on the track. So
and Nathan East, just
just Nathan.
Name drop a few, whatever. Hey, jump at it, Tucci next time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sweet, man. That's cool. And okay, so I guess that kept you busy. Well, it seems like you were really busy during the pandemic.
Well, when I was like coming, trying to tell you what I was up to, I feel like I was just sitting on my couch and stuff doing like pretty much nothing. But I guess, some projects happened and they kept me busy, especially early on there. I did that project and a lot of that remote recording thing was going on.
Yeah.
You remember all that.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of nice to be getting out of that phase, but
it's fun because it's something different. But I mean, when you don't have to live, you need.
It's
so good.
Soul-sucking.
and I mean, Paul plays everywhere. You play jazz gigs all around town. You play corporate stuff. I'm sure you do the wedding stuff. You do all of that stuff. Anything that requires music with different artists, which we will get into. Do you mind if? Because I mean, right now, like, fuck, let's hear him. Let's hear him. Are you okay with playing a tune?
Sure.
All right, that's awesome, guys. Paul Shrofel.
All right.
Check it out. I'm so excited. All right, man. That's amazing. I love it. I could just sit here. I don't know. I could just sit here and just say, I play, man. And I'm good with that. Wow.
Yeah. I love this piano, man.
I do my practicing on this too. So, I mean, how we met is his wife and my wife actually went to school together moons ago.
Back in the day, huh?
Back in the day.
Concordia,
they moved out of Western Canada and they met up somewhere else in Western Canada and then followed each other kind of here to
right.
Montreal.
Red Deer. They were in Red Deer.
They were in
right?
Red Deer, Alberta.
Right.
And then so then I started playing and I played with Chard. I played with Chard many years and it was a great experience. She's phenomenal.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And she will be on the podcast. And you will be on the podcast as well because she's going to sing and you're going to accompany her, right? So this is going to be awesome. I can't wait for that to happen. But you had quite a few projects with her, right, during the pandemic as well? I believe some in the UK.
Yeah, funny. This guy, friend of a friend and all this, but this guy from the UK connected with me and he asked me, first of all, like, could I adapt some? He's like a songwriter. Could I adapt some of the songs that he had written? And did I know a singer that could be appropriate for it? It just worked out. Yeah, it was like it fit like a glove. Wow. Like it was perfect for Sharda, and we had a lot of fun. Yeah, we unfortunately we haven't worked together as much as we used to, but this was like really fun and a perfect opportunity to do it. And so yeah, we did. I think we did like maybe 8 or 10 songs with the guy.
Wow.
So he still connects with us sometimes.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Cool. That's a lot of fun. And I can tell you do a lot of work outside of Canada as well. Like
some, yeah.
I mean, from what I noticed, you actually, well, besides, okay, no, there's an advertising commercial that you did in Vancouver, I believe.
Yeah, that's an old friend of mine from high school. It's funny how the connections work out, but like she's a real estate person in Vancouver and hired me to do a couple of just ads, music for ads for some real estate stuff.
You did quite a bit of that for sure. You did like a lot of.
Yeah, I was like focused on that.
Stuff,
yeah, exactly. Right? Like this is a while ago, and I studied that music and stuff, and all the technical stuff that goes with it. Yeah. I still have that as in the background, but I've been just I don't know. I guess sort of focusing even more on playing. And arranging for humans. that's been a focus.
So do you prefer lately more the producing, the arranging, the playing? What's your
it's a good question. I'm not sure. Like I think it just comes and goes, and it depends on on what's my focus at the moment, the project, and I'll kind of just go dive into that rabbit hole whenever, Yeah, I mean, but playing it always comes back as kind of the main focus of what I want to do. Yeah.
Well, speaking of arranging, because we were talking about it.
Right.
Now, did I read this correctly?
I'm not sure.
Something about arranging for 51 strings.
Oh yeah.
So, so his name is Mark Kingswood.
Yes.
And he's from the UK, I believe.
He's from UK.
Okay. And so you did some recordings, and if I noticed, I see the Macedonian String Orchestra.
That's wild, yeah.
So you arranged for them?
A couple times we did, yeah. One for his record, which was a couple of years back.
Okay.
And all of that is done virtual, like remotely. You get an app on your screen. All of a sudden, there's like a sitting orchestra sitting there with the conductor. He's got a headset on.
Are you serious?
They got your scores, and you've got 3 hours. It's like I think it started at 7 a.m. and they are like literally taking a take at 7 a.m. They're going for it, reading your music, and you can free to comment, and you're there. You're kind of virtually there, but I mean,
hey, number 37, stand up. What the fuck did you play?
But they were great too. Like I mean, a really good orchestra, sitting orchestra. And yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
How long did it take to arrange that? I can't even.
Yeah.
I have a fucking 10-piece band, and when I have to arrange something, it's like, oh my god,
Yeah. Well, the strings takes a long time, and I've noticed this is like as I've gotten into it, it's not them, it's you.
Yeah.
As far as like if it sounds bad, well, it might be something you did, not something they're doing, because they read things and execute things as you write them. So,
really?
So there's a lot of pressure. But it went well. How long did it take? I don't know. We did that in a couple of months, like the process of producing.
And like you had a song in that you were writing it for, kind of thing. So was the song already done, and then you just had to arrange?
That's right.
Okay.
And a lot of like this stuff it kind of relates back to how we're talking about using a lot of computers and things. Like I mean, we demo things, right? Yeah. And they sound pretty decent. Like you can with these string libraries nowadays and stuff, so you can kind of hear what it's going to be, but that is a process too to get it to sound good. Shit. So it's approved, before you. Can imagine. So it's a lot of work, a lot of late nights.
Wow, man, that's
a lot of late nights, yeah.
And Paul has a kid in elementary school. Well, he's going to be hitting high school in a year or two.
Well, he's in grade 4 now.
He's in grade 4, yeah. So I mean, that in itself is
yeah.
oh my God.
That's
and then,
changed a
yeah,
lot
let
of
me
things.
arrange a 51 fucking piece string orchestra, you know, but that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now the gigs are here, right? Like now you're playing, now the gigs are starting.
Now they're starting back. Mostly here. I was just in Alberta like last week, just playing some, like doing a little bit of touring with some jazz buddies of mine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Was it like a all of Alberta tour, like a week tour or that kind of thing?
It was like Edmonton and Calgary. Edmonton 2 nights, Calgary 1 night.
Okay, cool.
This like the Yardbird Suite in Edmonton is like a jazz society. So they're this like pretty cool not-for-profit kind of thing. They got like it's a great club there, and they have a crowd that like shows up, and so that was fun. And then in Calgary there was a place called Buckingham Palace. Okay. So it's like a wealthy people's home converted into a concert space. So that was pretty fun. Yeah, I was there with Solon McDade. And do you know Solon?
I had heard the name. No. Okay, what kind of bands? Big band?
It's a quintet.
A quintet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what is that? Bass,
bass,
guitar?
2 saxes, drum.
Okay.
Piano. Did I say guitar? Because there's no guitar.
No guitar. Okay. Piano, bass, drums.
Yeah.
2
piano,
sax.
bass, drums, 2 sax.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Alto and tenor.
An alto and a tenor, and Jeremiah McDade is Solon's brother. So and we've went to McGill together and everything, and both those guys have an album, and it's pretty much the same band. So we kind of were playing the material from 2 albums.
They just one wrote for his album.
His
the other
album.
one wrote. Oh, that's hilarious.
Which is funny, but it kind of made sense to bring us over, and we had 2 things to present.
Great.
So
Great.
yeah, it was cool.
And it's good. You're in both bands automatically.
2 bands.
Yes. Cha-ching, no.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cool. Okay. Now, what you started? You must have started at a young age, I can imagine.
Piano lessons at probably 6 or 7 started with
Okay.
my mom was insistent that I took the lessons, and I was like every kid, not too into it.
Yeah. When did it hit you?
Definitely hit me in junior high, grade 7.
Okay.
I had a great band teacher and a couple other students that were like enthusiastic like me that actually I am still in touch with that became professional musicians.
That's in Winnipeg, right?
In Winnipeg,
Okay.
yeah. So I credit our high school teacher for being super cool, like letting us use his facilities and lending us records, telling us check out Miles Davis or whatever, and that really got me into it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were into jazz at that age?
Well, early, yeah, and I was into playing by ear, so I was into whatever a challenge to learn. So and it happened to be jazz, basically. Wow. Yeah, he was showing us jazz stuff.
See, that's impressive because I started at a school. I put together it's a high school.
Yeah.
They have no music program, so they wanted an after school program.
Yeah.
So I started, I got some teachers and going in there and stuff, and I met all the students. We got like a good, 16, 17 kids in there. And, they all want to play the pops. They're all inspired. They really want to learn. They want to do piano. They want to learn the drums, and I'm giving the drum lessons. But it's like, the rock stuff.
Yeah, of course.
There's not one of that came and said, I want to play Miles Davis. Right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I love that. But it was later on. Mm-hmm. I was playing Extreme and, Metallica.
Yeah.
And then later on, I was like, this, I got into the jazz stuff. But
Right.
So at a young age, starting off with jazz, that's hence where you see the talent comes from, right? It's you focus on what you want to be, and then
Well, I credit it to Mr. Rogers. You ever watch Mr. Rogers?
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, always had a great piano arranging. I forget the guy's name.
Well,
but
it's even like the Flintstones. That theme song is a great jazz tune, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
exactly.
amazing.
Rhythm changes. Yeah, that's right.
And what was that other guy? The Cosby Show.
Yeah.
I don't want to promote him, but the Cosby Show. The music was all jazz, right?
Yeah.
It was all. He loves Bill Cosby. We know love jazz, but. Okay. And also, I noticed here, speaking of Flintstones, you're working on a cartoon project?
Yeah.
That's
all
cool. Right.
Pretty cool thing.
Cool.
Guy from Winnipeg, actually, Chris Angus. And I work a lot with just kind of I went back to Winnipeg in the early 2000s. I studied electronic music production at that time with this guy named Andrew Yankiewski.
Okay.
And we became really good friends. And a lot of these kind of projects come from him. He's really into the multimedia stuff and whatever. So so this is, the connection there. And
so is it, we have... So is it like there's a cartoon and you're putting background music to it, that kind of thing?
Yeah, like scoring it. Pretty weird. I have to say, it's pretty weird stuff. Like it's pretty abstract and strange. I've done one other project with him, and he was really obsessed at that time. This guy, he was like, I really want to hear like modular synthesizers music. So I don't own any of that stuff, but I remember going out, renting a Mini Moog and kind of messing with it and getting some weird sounds, and that was that score, And this one is totally different. It's strange images and it's hard to explain what it is, but he wants it to be organic stuff. So I decided to work with cello and piano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool.
It's super fun. I like it because, the guy is very interesting dude, but he's really sure about what he's doing, but it's so strange. That's what I like the most, when somebody has a weird idea, but they're so confident about it that you kind of you go with it. You're like,
those are the ones that work.
Exactly.
Those are the ones that work, because everyone thinks they're weird, but then when it works, they're like, whoa.
Like you finally see his vision, and it's pretty cool to just to help him out,
That's
with
really
that.
Cool. Yeah. That's really. I just noticed. We have Lisa here, who is our sister podcast. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, how are you guys?
I forgot to mention you at the beginning.
Normally, I'm not surprised.
I know. I was reading all these notes, and now I'm like, oh my god, I didn't mention that Lisa's behind the mic as well. She's running the audio part, kinda. She's staring at.
I'm staring at the time and a lot of blinking lights, which is I feel relevant.
Did you hear? Did you hear what he played?
Absolutely not. No.
You didn't hear it?
Oh,
did you absorb it? Was it beautiful?
Absolutely. I was enjoying it.
It's amazing.
I was like, when's Stef going to stop talking so we can hear more music?
But even these projects, I'm a musician. I do more live stuff or whatever, but I love hearing these projects. They're phenomenal.
I love hearing what's behind it.
Yeah.
I love hearing the music that goes behind the project and how it all comes together.
Yeah.
That for me is the most enriching thing to learn. I think all aspects in how a project comes together, with sound, with music, with the actors and whatnot.
You did some scoring for movies as well, right?
I've done a few.
Nice.
I've done a few. Okay.
I'm going to stay humble. I've done only like 1,046,000.
That I'm equally fascinated by how it works behind the scenes too. I love to hear, what somebody wants to see or what the vision or whatever, and that's something that it just gets me really excited. And
it's
I'm like,
awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun.
It is fun.
So I love being asked to be the person that can realize that realize somebody's vision for them, I guess. And but that's a skill that I think is lifelong. You have to keep working at it.
It's
not like you have it.
Yeah, you just
instantly.
That's what you see.
That doesn't happen to you. Happens to me.
I'd love to hear another tune.
Sure. I'll try to do something I wrote.
Sure, great. That would be great. What's the title?
This is called Act 1.
Act 1.
If I can remember it.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
You make it look so easy.
I know,
It's
eh?
like your fingers are actually
just-
skating on the keys.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. Oh my God.
I don't
Great.
know. Yeah, that's an oldie.
Did you record that?
I have recorded that a couple
That's
times.
great. Where can we
actually.
find that?
That is on a record that I did with my musical partner Cameron Wallace in 2007. Ouch!
Wow.
It feels long ago.
What? Aren't you 25?
Yeah, exactly. I think I might have been then, but anyway, it was on a record called "Straight to Plan B."
Okay.
A quartet record we did, and the Wallace Shrofel Quartet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. Very nice. Beautiful tune, man.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful
Thank you.
song.
Yeah.
Wow. So I noticed a couple of things on your notes, and
Yeah.
I mean, okay, we're gonna bring it down, make it real right now, because we're gonna talk. You're going back to Winnipeg this summer,
I am.
and you're playing with a Ukrainian saxophonist.
That's correct. Yeah.
So tell me about this project. What?
Well, okay. So this guy's name is Bogdan Gumenyek. I don't know if I've got his
Yeah, that's right. I didn't attempt it. I said I'll let him say it.
let's call him Bogdan G.
Okay, Bogdan G. I love it anyway.
Yeah.
Kenny's brother.
That's right. Right. So we started playing, and this is all before any of what's going on was happening. But I met him, and he has an album of music that's Ukrainian folk songs, and he's a very, very proud Ukrainian guy.
Okay.
But then this happened, and we did a tribute. Just like a fundraiser kind of concert with him. It's me, Jim Doxis, Jim Doxis, and Adrian Vidati.
Okay, Adrian. Yeah, I know.
And Bogdan and all his compositions and arrangements of Ukrainian.
He's here?
He lives he lives here, but like normally in a normal year he would be back and forth from like Kyiv like 5 times a year. So this is very real to him, all that's going on.
I can imagine. He must have family there and stuff.
Oh yeah, like for real. Yeah. So anyway, but it's funny because like his pride for his country and everything inspired me even before any of this started. So it's real, and it was pretty cool. We played at the Ukrainian Cultural Center here for the community. To raise some funds.
Wow.
We're going to Winnipeg, which is like kind of like going to mini Ukraine, there's a lot of Ukrainians. It's where I'm from. It's where I was raised. I'm not Ukrainian myself, but I mean, my mother taught at a Ukrainian school, and all my friends and everything. Gotcha. So it's going to be quite special to go there. And,
I can imagine.
Do this music. I think we're doing it at the Human Rights Museum there too, so it'll be extra special.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That seems very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how you juggle all of this.
Well,
because there's a lot of gigs, especially now. Now that we're kind of opening up, gigs are coming in like crazy. Everyone's busy catching up.
Yeah, catch up.
How do you juggle all the gigs that you have here, then leave for whatever, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, come back?
I don't know. I mean, I just sort of get right into whatever I'm doing. I try to kind of just live it, in the moment, I spend a lot of time focusing on it, and hopefully it works. Yeah,
it always does. It always does. And this is the most interesting one, because I wanted to get funny on this one. So you went to Russia. Listen to this.
This in the next sentence. I went to Russia. Yes.
Yeah, you went to Russia to play a set. Now, when you say a set, a happy birthday set.
Yeah.
Was it like a 45-minute thing, or was it just a happy birthday song or something?
Well, we played a couple tunes, but honestly, we were there to play Happy Birthday.
And this is for an oligarch?
For an oligarch, yeah. Like, a guy I've seen on the news, since. Well, I'm like, I think it's that guy.
So, like some rich fucking...
who's fucking
billionaire?
Sanctioned right now.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So he hired...
Well, he hired the singer that I played with, Sophie Millman.
Okay.
And he's a fan. I mean, we've been there 4 or 5 times, Moscow, to play for this dude. And I've never seen him.
I get excited to play in Val d'Or. I'm like, hey,
and me too, by the way. No, but this is, again, this was just before the pandemic. We went with Nick Giovanni.
Oh, Nick, did you?
Yeah, he came.
Yeah. I played with him. I think about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
he was subbing in one of the bands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So super fun.
Cool.
But I don't know. This guy picked up Sophie's CD a while ago and liked it, and of course he just brought us there. He played.
I like very much, girl. I want to play my birthday.
Yeah, man.
That was the worst Russian accent ever,
but it was good.
Wow.
So I think we were there for 4 or 5 days, and then boom, boom, come on out, play Happy Birthday. That's what they wanted to hear. And that was it.
And where was this? Like
it was in Moscow, and it was in a crazy kind of hotel complex that I think must have been owned by this guy
it's his,
or something.
His shed or something. He just stores all his people.
I didn't ask too many questions.
I play, I go home.
I play, I go home.
Wow, that's really cool.
But I love experiences like that. I live for that stuff. It's so fun.
That's like
surreal,
as a musician, that's like cha-ching. Some dude wants to blow all his money on
Sure, man.
Sure, man. Whatever you want. I can play any fucking language of Happy Birthday you want, man. That's great.
But Sophie's from Russia, eh? I don't know if she speaks it kind of there's a tie there. It makes sense that.
And you still play with her?
Well, I don't not play with her, but there's just not a lot going on these days with.
Other projects that you're involved, because you do besides movies and going to Russia for sets and stuff. Any projects that I know you play like a corporate band, right?
Yes, playing the director's
band. Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah,
bunch of people, and we're busy this summer. Hopefully, it's been tough the last couple of years. I have to say
it has been
for everyone. I think, and but it seems to be coming back, and there's just like jazz stuff around town. Maybe a little plug for the show I'm doing next week.
Let's do it. Let's plug it in.
Yeah, Kim Richardson.
Okay.
So we're going to do a streaming concert with her, duet.
Okay, piano voice kind of thing?
Yeah, piano voice. And I don't know, I don't have too much information about it, but I can maybe link that or something.
You know what? Yeah, you'll send it to me later, and
Yeah.
I'll definitely put it on the screen and then bring it up. That's awesome. So, and what date is this?
It's next, I think it's Friday.
Friday. Okay. It's coming up.
I'll give you the date. Yeah. So it is next Friday.
Next Friday.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. And it's going to be streamed on kind of.
Yeah, through this, it's a concert series. We're doing it at a church. It should be great. I know it'll be fun musically, but I'll get you those details of where who's putting that on.
That's really cool. Well, I mean, besides all of that, we do a little game here.
Oh, a game!
And it's going to be funny this week. We do. It's called First Thought. So,
First Thought.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just going to say something to you, and the first thought that comes to your mind is going to be easy questions.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more complicated. Now, the funny part of this is that usually I have notes and I prepare them.
Okay.
And I did, because I always do, but I forgot the paper at home.
Okay, so
I'm winging it. Okay. It's off the top of my head as well. So besides First Thought, it's First Thought in my mind too.
Okay.
This will take a while.
Yeah. Let's get the hamsters going,
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to say something like favorite food.
Okay. Salami.
Oh,
I don't know. It's the first thought.
And that's why I love this
never
game.
heard that before.
And I now, just like a second later, I can tell you it's not my favorite food, but it's my first thought. So that's.
I have to say I love fresh cut salami.
Oh, well, it is great.
It's phenomenal. And you know what? I discovered a new one that it's in Italy. It's a salami. It's a whole salami with like a cheese wrapped around it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's fucking delicious.
I bet it is.
Anyway, sorry, my Italian roots are coming out.
Man.
I'd love to have it right now.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go with something easier. Favorite movie.
Look, E.T. comes to mind.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's not my favorite movie, but it came.
Alien.
That's first thought. E.T. See, this is all usually Godfather comes out.
Right.
All right. Man, I had some good ones lined up, and now I have to think about them. But how about this? This is easy.
Okay.
Studio or live? Pick one.
Studio.
Yeah. Hey. Wow. Interesting.
Yep.
Well, you know what though? I can see why you're saying that, because you got to do these really cool projects, like arranging for 51 strings, all of that stuff. You don't get to do that.
I guess, it's fun to layer things on top of each other and try and get it right. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. But I don't know. Live, sure. I could say live too. So,
but you love it all for sure. Okay, what's the first thought that comes to mind when I say drummers?
Tony Williams.
Oh, okay. So you thought of a person. You know why it's funny? The first time I did this, I played drums with my brother's band.
Yeah.
So my brother and my sister-in-law were one of the first guests I had. And I said, first thought that comes to mind, drummers. And his first thing was fucking loud, right? This is. And
I might have edited a little bit before I got there. But.
You're like, he plays drums.
Yeah.
All right. Guitar players.
Nick DiGiovanni. Because we were just talking about him, and
cool.
he's right there on the frontal lobe. There he is.
That's a shout out to Nick.
Hey,
right?
Nick. How you doing,
man? Great guitar player.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Favorite live show that you've seen?
Paul McCartney.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I saw him twice. Once in Winnipeg when I was young, and once when I was older, and he was a lot older.
In Montreal?
Yeah. In Montreal, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
His band rocks.
Super rocks.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a guaranteed hit, right? Every time, because he's just doing the hits, right?
He's
and
just
awesome.
And I started playing in a band called the Hyphens. It's a 60s rock, British rock tribute.
Mm-hmm.
But they, Rolling Stones, all that kind of stuff. And they do Beatles, but they don't do, it's very rare that they do the popular tunes.
Okay.
And I'm like loving more Beatles tunes. I'm like, Bad Boy. I never really heard of that song before.
Really?
And I'm like, oh, yeah, cool tune. All these obscure ones, they're so freaking good.
The list is so long. It's crazy.
And that's what's freaking me out. I'm like, okay, they have a list of like 40 songs that are huge. And then the obscure ones are just as good. I'm wow, man, these guys didn't stop writing.
Did you watch the show, The Get Back?
I did not.
Okay.
I heard it's awesome.
It's awesome.
I saw the movie Yesterday.
Oh, that's fun.
Which
I like that one.
Fun, yeah. But I didn't watch that. I have to watch that.
It's good. It's like I think they're like 3-hour-long episodes. And it's a lot of just raw. It seems raw, you know. But that's what I like about, like, we're talking about liking the studio, just watching what goes on in the background. It's really fun with those guys.
Okay, now I'm gonna stump you a bit.
Okay.
Favorite lyric in a song?
Okay, I got one.
Oh, that was fast.
I got one.
Holy shit.
Okay. Tom Waits, right? Alice, he says, by trace. Okay, wait. I'm going skating on your name, and by tracing it twice, I fell through the ice. I love that lyric, and the song is just. Oof. Yeah, it's really good.
Ooh.
It's really good. Yeah, that's my favorite lyric.
Wow, that was. I ask singers that all the time, and they're stumped. They're like, and
right.
you just popped one out.
That's yeah.
Wow,
that's my favorite.
Wow,
absolutely
really cool. Wow. Okay, that's.
Check that album out, by the way. Tom Waits' Alice. It's a great album.
Tom Waits.
Absolutely.
Alice.
Yeah.
I have a question. I'm going to jump right in.
Okay.
What's your favorite song and why?
Ooh, pick one. That's a hard one.
Now you stumped me.
Yeah. How do you pick one? Shit.
Oh boy. Okay. My favorite song. Shit. Round Midnight, Thelonious Monk.
Oh, nice. Round Midnight.
Yeah. Mood. Brilliance, I don't know, and the many recordings I love of it, and there are many.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's just my favorite song. It's super well written and classic.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the fact that you came up with one. I don't think I'd be able to say one.
There are many more out there.
I can imagine.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. How about favorite front person?
Stevie Wonder.
Oh yeah.
Hey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's the second time we got a Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, I think it's the second time.
I think we did, eh?
We normally got Freddie Mercury.
Oh, that's
Yeah. That's because I bring him up all the time, probably.
yeah. But other than that, this is the second time, and it's very impressive because he is inspirational.
Yeah,
he is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Plus, he plays keys.
Hey,
come on.
Writes incredible music.
The
voice. Yeah.
Okay, and I think I don't know how many I did. But we're coming close to the end because I'm running out of ideas. But
okay,
and I wanted to save the name best piano or keyboard player.
Ooh,
I
okay,
know.
okay, that's big.
Yeah.
My top Herbie Hancock.
Yeah,
Period.
You know, when I wrote it, I remember typing it out last night, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure it's
He's
going to
gonna
be
say
Herbie.
Herbie.
I thought because he could
Hard
do it
not
all.
to. Hard not to acknowledge the Herbie. Yeah, he's done it all. Yeah.
Gotcha. So since we're on
Absolutely.
it, and I could talk about this
Yes.
forever, how about guy singer?
Male singer.
Yeah,
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Can I say
Chops.
it twice?
Yeah, of course you
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
Yeah, for the
his range.
and you know and we spoke about my wife Sharda, and
Yeah.
she's sort of just taught me. She hasn't taught me to sing, but she's taught me to appreciate
Yeah.
why singers are great. And Stevie Wonder's on the top of the
He's
list.
on the top
I have
of
to
the
say.
list. Well, how about girl singer? Besides Sharda.
Oh, yeah. Besides Sharda, and that's hard.
That's hard, yeah.
Female singer, Diane Reeves.
Oh, nice.
Diane Reeves. Yeah, I'm very much a jazz guy, so I like
Stick to
the
the
Diane
theme.
Reeves.
That's
Yeah, stick to the
great.
theme. Yeah.
And Sharda's a phenomenal jazz singer.
She is.
Like her voice is so sweet. It's phenomenal. She's great.
Yeah, she is
really,
great.
really great. Wow. Okay. I mean, I could keep asking all night. Okay. I mean, if you had to pick one inspiration for you in terms of piano playing, gigging, production, name one person that tells you. I guess I have to say other than Stevie Wonder. Right?
Okay. Other than one person that that
It
influences.
gives you inspiration to say that's what I want to do. That's if I can get to a level not like him because you don't want to copy him, but
Right.
how he got there, that's where I want to be. Or not in terms of popularity, but in terms
Right.
of creativeness, in terms of playing, in terms of
Well, okay, I'll get a little sentimental here.
do it.
My teacher at McGill, Ray Downs, who has passed in the last 2 years, was huge influence on me. I just wanted he would play for me, and I just wanted to be that. I can't, more than anything ever. So he was able to take a tune, and he like some things he would assign me to do, he would demonstrate first, and it would be like, can you play this tune in like 4 different styles next week or whatever? So he'd be like, try like a bossa nova, try it like
knew how to challenge you.
yeah, but he also knew how to show me what to strive for. So anyway,
Wow.
it's nice. I
But that's
model myself after that.
That's
that guy.
amazing because you got a chance to model to follow someone that's in person, that's next to you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, are like, Freddie Mercury. That's my inspiration,
Right.
But this is someone that you spoke to every day, and that the one-to-one touches people so much. And
Yes.
it brings upon greatness. Because when you don't have that one-to-one, I find you look up to someone like that person. Celine Dion can sing so great, and I want to be like her.
Right.
But you don't get that one-to-one. You lose a bit of that contact, I find. I don't know. But when it's someone that inspires you in person, it's like, I did an acting, I've done a couple of things, but like, when you see an actor live or like theater, let's say,
Yes.
and they do it on the spot, it's different than on the, that human contact I find
Totally.
is like, fuck.
Yeah, totally. I
Right?
mean, yeah, absolutely.
And it's with live shows as well. When you see that person, I remember one night I went to see a Latin show. I think it was Tito Puente.
Oh, yeah.
Years ago.
Okay.
And I remember I'm in Metropolis. I watched the show. It was phenomenal. And I started venturing out. And I had a few drinks. I started venturing out, and I end up in a room, like a kind of separate room that has shows. And I see a little band playing. And I'm like, fuck. It was Uzeb was playing.
Oh, cool.
Like, I'm like, what the fuck? So I sit down, half drunk, and I was like 5 feet away from the band, and I was like, you appreciated that. I've heard of them. I listened to the recordings; they're great. But when I saw them live,
Well, that's it, and you get it. You get it. Like,
you get it.
This is what makes them special.
Yeah.
And that's been accented by the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're all watching things on Zoom and whatever, and getting back to it, it's really, really nice to see things live and to interact with people again. So, double the appreciation
Crazy.
for that. Yeah.
So I'll have one more before we say goodbye. This is not a first thought. This is it could be. So worst gig ever.
Oh.
This is because I'm sure we all have like tons of these stories. So what do you have offhand? Like, I could tell you a bunch,
Right.
but I'm sure you've got
Okay. This happened just recently, like around Christmas. Around Christmas time, it wasn't so much the gig. The gig was really fun. It was Susie Arioli, and we were playing Point Fortune. Anyways, at the end of the gig, the lights went out. Okay. Like, I mean, it was like, pitch black, and it's kind of a rural place. It wasn't, a great hall, but not.
Yeah.
There wasn't any neon tape on the stairs. So basically there was like, kind of everybody was
What's
like,
happening? Okay.
Yeah. And it was actually great. We played Ave Maria in the dark. So that was like,
oh shit,
really awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and there's just this like
people
feeling.
are smoking weed everywhere. It's gonna be a
good feeling in the crowd and everything. And of course, I get up after we bow, and I fell off the stage. And there was a huge wooden post, and I whacked my side of my head.
No.
Oh yeah. I was down. I was out. Like shit. Sorry, I just did it again to myself. But anyway, yeah. So I fell and whacked my head. Boom. Crash, huge crash. I think there was a speaker in the front that came down.
Oh, I was gonna say it's in the dark so no one saw, but no, people saw it. Oh shit.
Oh yeah. So there was like someone in the crowd who was a nurse and came up to me. Don't move. Here's the water. Here's and they're giving me the whole treatment. So that was
that could be worst gig ever. Yeah.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
Wow.
Thankfully, I still have a mind. So
it happened to my wife Sheila. I was playing a gig. She was playing sax. I was playing piano, and the speaker had a little monitor. Thank God it was a small one, but the speaker stand wasn't tight, and someone had a chair, so the speaker stand got smaller and smaller. And I remember she was playing a solo, and this is in a Cafe Depot. She's playing a solo, and the fucking speaker just comes.
Oh yeah.
Bang! Hits her right in the head.
Oh no!
She kept playing.
I love it.
She went like, and then she kept playing, and there's fucking blood dripping. I swear to God, because the point hit her, and there's blood, and she's still playing, but she's oozy. And I'm like, could you stop playing? Go sit down.
Now's the time. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. You can stop.
Wow.
And I'm picking up the speaker. Anyway, that was one of the gigs that was quite special. It remains there. These ideas.
Wow.
Paul, where can people find you?
This is the worst. I'm so bad.
Okay, you're not a social media
I'm not,
dude.
but I want to be, and I respect it, but I'm terrible. So
okay.
I do have an Instagram called Now Sessions.
Okay.
Now Sessions.
Is it all one word? Now Sessions.
Now Sessions. Yeah.
Okay.
It's I don't know. That's where you can find me on Instagram.
You have a website or something?
I used to, and I do not now.
And
terrible.
you see how busy he is? When you're that good, people find you no matter what.
Yeah, well, anyway, I follow everybody. I just do nothing. So,
that's great.
But yeah.
Awesome. Well, you can also follow Sessions with Stef. And I have his personal number, so you reach out to me. I'll definitely send you his number. You can get in touch with Paul anytime. Thank you so much for doing this.
Oh man, it's a pleasure. Super fun.
Would you be able to just play something in the background while I say the goodbyes and the conclusion?
Sure. Just
to add like a feeling. I'm gonna try and do it like theatrical, So thank you very much for following this session with Stef. We had the fantastic Paul Shrofel here with us. And you can tell how phenomenal he is. And we thank him so much. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Bon Appetit Catering, and also Exclusive Auto Repairs. Thank you for sponsoring us. Now, there is another sponsor that we have, which is Fearless Sounds. And I will definitely talk more about her. Her name is Francesca Sacerdotti. And you can find her on Instagram under Fearless Sounds. She is a publicist and artist manager. She does marketing and all of that stuff. Fearless Sounds. Check her out. It's phenomenal. And thank you, Lisa, for being here. We have Sierra, our camera lady here. And Paul, once again, check out Let's Talk It Out. That's their podcast, Lisa's podcast, Sessions with Stef. YouTube, we have the giveaway with the t-shirts. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Lisa, am I forgetting something?
Where can they find our podcasts?
That's right. We can find all our podcasts. I want to keep doing this conclusion forever because I'm having a blast with the ambiance. Obviously, YouTube. Everything's on YouTube video-wise. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Spotify, anywhere there's podcasts. So you can listen to this in your car, on the plane, wherever you want to listen to us. You can listen. Let's Talk It Out. Sessions with Stef. It's going to keep coming bi-weekly. Every show is bi-weekly, so every Wednesday, something comes out. Check it out. Thank you so much, guys. Have yourself a good evening. And Paul, thanks a lot.